Welcome. How's everybody doing? Welcome to the Trader X special today. I am Andrew Giovinazzi, president of OptionPit.com, I guess. Director of education, mostly. Also, part-time chicken egg farmer. And your host of many shows. For those that are new here, I've been trading options since 1989. I was a floor trader for 15 years, from 1991 to 2006. And I joined Market Option Pit in 2011. So I am now about crossing over. This year will be the crossover where I've been a retail trading and teaching at Option Pit for as long as I was a floor trader, which totally blows my mind. Wow, my mind is blown. That 15 years went like that with Mark since 2011. Holy gosh. Anyway, today we're going to talk about Trader X, and also being part of a community that's going to help you become a better trader moving forward, and all of the things that Mark, Alicia, Frank, and Hans look at for trades. So I thought I'd do something today, just as we're kind of getting ready here. By the way, say hi in the chat, say where you're from, say, hey, I'm from Nova Scotia. I'm from Zimbabwe. I'm from Kentucky. I am from Palm Beach, Florida. Anyway, just let me know. All right, now, let's see here. I want to make sure. I believe I'm in the right place. Yep. W. Seidlich is from Hugh. Honolulu. Greetings from Sarasota. Oh, well, so when you look at, so here's just like, how many people here just wonder, like, how do you put on trades? Just like a simple thing, right? So when you look at something like, okay, silver. Greetings from Zimbabwe. There you go, Mark. From New Hampshire. From cold Atlanta. I thought Atlanta was always warm. It gets cold there? I just thought Atlanta was always like 70 degrees, but I could be wrong. There's hot Atlanta. Oh, it's in the 30s today. Yeah, it's in the 30s in Maine. I'm up to 2 eggs a day now with my chickens. I'm pretty thrilled. Jeffrey is from Minnesota. Please don't hold it against me. Actually, the guy that's developed all our Edge Hunter sheets is from Minnesota as well. So I don't hold anybody being from Minnesota against them. I grew up in California. You know, I still like California as a place to live. San Francisco, you know, it's just it's whatever wherever you happen to be. So, did anybody think that silver should be up 100% in 3 months? Just, is there something going on there? You know, I'm just saying. So in 6 months, silver is doubled and more than doubled in price. Michael Movie saying it will double again. Now, here's the thing is, I don't spend a lot of time trying to like pick the top or pick a bottom or a stock like that. I would prefer to see, I'm kind of curious at what the options think will happen in silver. When you look at it, you go, okay, well, so when you're looking at a thing, how much information do you get from the screen? So in general, from being a floor trader for a long time, my view is that all known information is in the option prices. Now, there are many things that might change that. But right now, if you go out to February, traders don't think that silver can go down. They're looking at silver potentially going up or down around $16 out to February, which puts it at right around 100 on the upside, right? Because you're very close to 100, right? That big even number. And on the downside, that's around 65. Now, here's the thing with pricing. Does the market think silver, it's more likely that it goes up or goes down? How it's pricing right now. So I would say is, again, I'm taking a little page on what will be happening later. But right now, the cheaper options are down here are like 70, 60. Like that 70 put is a 73 vol at $2.30. The 90 call, the 95 call is an 83 volatility. So the market is kind of telling you already that there is way more interest in the upside in silver than there is in the downside. That's where the flow is going. Now, does that make buying like a 70 put a cheap shot? Right? Because SLV was $70, what, last week? Let's see, 5 trading days ago. So when I look at it, I don't look at it as, will silver go up or down? It's going to definitely move. But how likely is it to trade 70 one more time between now and February 20th? Do you think, sorry, all you have to do is just has to trade there once? In how many trading days? Look at all these strikes. That is so crazy. 36 days. So part of when you're looking at trading and opportunities is also look at where the market is pricing certain things. And by the way, I still think silver could go up, but they're also not pricing the downside very much. And the more you learn, about what's actually in front of you, it will help you trade better, right? Part of being in Trader X and being part of that community will be understanding what the pricing is doing now in order to help you make better trades. And that's something that anybody can learn, right? I taught it to floor traders for 15 years and now to retail traders. And it is a very good opportunity to learn this because you have 4 market makers that have previously stood on a floor and tried to make heads or tails of what's going on everywhere. It's one of the unique things about option pits is that all of the traders in option pit have been a floor trader, a pro at one point where they actually, they had to make their living trading options. So we have a Hunt Valley, Maryland, Brett. We have Oakdale, Minnesota from Minnesota Carol. I was really surprised that you're from Minnesota Carol. We have Mark in Romeoville from Chicagoland. Who else do we have? I got Chicago Dave. I got Houston. I'm going to guess Texas. Salisbury, Pennsylvania. Chickamauga. Chuck is from Houston. Bear down. Are the Bears in the playoffs? I don't even know. Are they? We have Louisiana. Rivers from Louisiana. Spicewood, Texas. Now that's a name. Central Coast, California. Actually, it's one of my favorite areas in California, to be honest, between San Francisco and LA. Riviera Village in Redondo Beach, South Bay. That's where I grew up. Those are my old stomping grounds. My beach was Avenue E when I was growing up. Ooh, Pismo Beach is nice up there. Now I know why you call yourself South Bay J. Yeah. Oh, that's right. We have talked about that. That's right. That's right. Now Hannah can understand why I can't remember things she tells me. Because I can't even. Oh my gosh. Oh, you're by oh my gosh. That's where the library was, right? El Retiro Park. And there was a nursery down there. Oh my gosh. Boy, that brings me back. I'm freaking, that's like 40 years ago for me. It's nice down there. Nice place. Now, I did tell a Jaddo today. Yeah, we owned a house on Calle de Arbles for a long time.
Hey, Andrew.
Hey.
Just in time for your dad joke.
I did. So I was going to say, now I said this in Rip Zone, so I feel like I'm reusing a joke. Maybe I'll give you guys a new joke. Hold on. I'll give you guys a new joke. Hold on. Does February March?
Does February March?
No, but April May.
Oh.
Not bad. I did not see that coming. I should have.
Okay.
My one today was, do you guys want to hear a dad joke about jump ropes?
Sure.
Actually, you know what?
Yeah.
We can skip it.
Oh.
Hannah's got a hat. You have a shirt.
We've got our merch on.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to be
am I even a part of this company? I'm like Trader Blah right now.
Yours is in the mail. We had to.
Mine's in the mail.
Everything to one place. We got to send it out to new Trader X members anyway. So if you are a Trader X person who's in the room right now, in the Option Pit live room watching this, please say hello in the chat. We have some hats and mugs that we are going to be sending to all of you. And those of you that are here today to hear about Trader X, if you join today, you will also get a hat and a mug. We have some other merch available. There's some sweatshirts. There's some polos. Mark is wearing one. So we wanted to show these off today and show you what's on deck that you could get access to. This is the first time we've done merch, so it's exciting. And yes, Andrew, yours is on the way.
That's good. I'll wear my hat all the time. Now I won't look like, a chicken farmer anymore.
We'll
2
have
eggs a day.
We'll have to get you a beanie or a flannel that has Trader X on it. These are limited edition merch.
Dude, Trader X flannels, those will fly off the shelves like hot.
Oh yeah.
With a Trader X right on the pocket.
We got the Trader X chainsaw coming.
Dude,
we got Trader X branded chicken coops. Trader X branded
Jerry can
axes.
wear one after he gets out of the water surfing. He'll put on his Trader X flannel and be just like a beach boy back in the day.
Yeah. It's part of our our Outdoors Maine limited edition release, which will be
We
coming.
actually have a Trader X branded oyster shucker that's coming out.
Andrew, thanks for getting things warmed up. Andrew's actually hosting the first session today at 4 p.m. for the Trader X 12-week mastermind, which we're going to talk about more in just a second. But for those of you who are Trader X, you'll be in the room today at 4 to chat with Andrew. And we're going to tell everyone else who's here who doesn't even know what that is or what might be happening about Trader X and everything that you would get with this membership. So thanks for warming us up, Andrew.
You're welcome, everybody. Thank you.
Back in a
Boy,
bit.
there was some quality jokes there. That how to fix the pizza with tomato paste. That's quality right there.
Yeah.
Quality. All right, everybody, have a good day. I'll see you later.
Hey, Andrew, did you hear about the Avs fan that moved to Baltimore?
Oh, no.
No.
Both cities got smarter.
I was going to say I'm feeling targeted, but I'm kind of okay with that.
Actually, that was kind of you got lifted a little bit on that one.
That was good. That was fine. All right. Thanks, Andrew. Justin, will you pop up my screen really quick? Hello and welcome to everyone. Can we get some highs in the chat? I know it's the afternoon. I get it, but throw me a hello. How's everyone doing? Mark and I are going to spend the next 30 to 40 minutes walking through what Trader X is and what you get. And the reason why we're doing this is because we opened this membership around a month ago, and in 24 hours, we're closing it at the launch prices. So when we first launched this, we did it for a private group. It was small. There was an application process. It was right before the holidays, and we know that people can miss things like that. We just want to make sure that anyone who wants to get into this membership at the best price we'll have can see this. So that's why we're doing this here today. It's going to be a little different than some of the webinars you see us normally host. We're really going to be walking through a subscription, and we've built this subscription over the last few years to solve the biggest problems that traders have. And we'll start by talking about that. So like I said, we're in the final 24-hour window of the best offer we've ever made. This expires tomorrow at 1 p.m. Now, the reason why this was an application-only process at the beginning was because really this isn't for everyone. Each product that we build here at Option Pit, each strategy we launch, it has a season where it does best. What I mean by that is some do best in high volatility, some do better in low volatility. I'm sure you guys have experienced this in your own trading. You can't always trade a pre-earnings strategy. It's not always pre-earnings. So in order to have an all-encompassing, I can make money all year at any time, no matter what, you have to have multiple tools in your toolkit. And that's really what Trader X brings you, because there's not a good season for this or a bad season for this. It's a complete package. And Mark and Andrew and I started talking about the idea for Trader X years ago. Because Mark, you said when you left the options trading floor, the biggest thing you miss is the community and the opportunity inside of that community to come up with new ideas, to support each other as you learn. I mean, it doesn't matter if you think you are the smartest, most on top of it person in the world, you're going to miss stuff sometimes. You just can't be everywhere at once. So that's why you have to have a community of people around you that can point out other big ideas to you. I'm sure you experience this, Mark, all the time with the
Absolutely.
and numbers.
My traders throw ideas out at me that I jump on all the time. Yeah, I mean, that's the big thing is, I want that, Andrew and I and you and really the whole team, we want that community. We want that feel of being back on the floor. The one thing I really miss about the floor is my trading pit. Now, what's different from Trader X versus my trading pit is you didn't go through a year to 18 months of hazing and everyone in the pit hating you before, when you joined that pit, before they were like, okay, you're cool to be here. There's no prove it. And yeah, we're here. There's a specific type of trader that belongs in Trader X. And looking through this audience, just scrolling through who responded and who I know, and there are several people here that are not TraderX members that probably missed our TraderX launch that I think are going to be a really good fit for the TraderX program. So that's why we went wide. We want everybody that fits this program to get a look at it, and that's why we're here today. So Hannah, the question people always ask, there's always like one big question, and we're going to address that right now. So why don't you jump into that?
Yeah, so we want to talk about the elephant in the room that happens when someone offers you an opportunity to buy a subscription. And any smart trader is going to ask this question, and you should. This is an understanding of the value of your time and your energy. You should ask this: how long will it take to make back my investment? So if I'm going to buy an options trading strategy and it costs $1,500 to get access, whatever it may be, how long will it take me to make that back? How long does it take to pay yourself? This is something that not a lot of people will address and talk about, but I want to be really candid about this today and talk to you guys about this, because all smart traders should ask themselves this question. You only have a certain amount of time. You only have a certain amount of energy. You should make sure that that time and energy, if you're going to put it towards something, is worth it. So let's talk about this for a second. And let's start with every strategy that we currently offer here at Option Pit. Here's a list of them that you can see. And you can see the retail prices of each of these. So we have a little over 10 strategies. Like I was saying at the beginning, each of these is built to capitalize on a certain edge in the market. So Alpha AI, you got short squeezes. Zero DTE, you're trading daily huge volume movements. Delta Strike, we're following that big money flow, okay? To move to the next level, which is what TraderX is the next level, is to understand which of these tools you should be using at which time. And the first step that anyone needs to be profitable is profitable strategies. So how did the strategies we have do in the last year? Let's just look at this. If you put $1,000 in every trade for every strategy we currently have next year, you could have made $239,301. So these strategies work. Now, 14,000 of that was actually made in April while the market fell 15%. So when we talk about covering our bases and in any type of market being able to make money, that's what we're talking about. But this number is kind of squishy. Like this may not mean a lot to you. You may look at that and say, well, did I have to make 500 trades to make that money? That makes sense. So I want to break this down in a way that's easier for you guys to understand. And I want to look at 4 strategies that we launched last year and talk about how long it took each of them to pay for themselves. So Small Account Challenge was a strategy that we added in February last year. I think Leisha started on February 5th. And this cost $7.99 when you join this strategy. By May 5th, so 3 months later, she had made 34 trades, and $1,000 in each trade, you were up $5,104, which means that this strategy paid for itself 6 times over in the first 3 months. Now, by the end of the year, it had paid for itself 10 times because the profits went up almost 2x there.
I mean, even if you put $200 in every trade, you would have had a 50% return on your investment just putting $200 in each trade.
Right. This is the give and take that you as a subscriber, like you have a need here. You want to make money trading. And in order to do that, you have to know what the best ideas are and how to use them. And you're also trying to find something that suits you. You may only have a couple hours a week. You may have a couple hours a day. Whatever that means, you have to find what meets in the middle so that you can make money every day. We want to show you here today that the strategies that we present, when they're utilized, they pay for themselves. Let's look at another one. Alpha AI, this was you, Mark. We launched this back in September. In the first 3 months of this service, it made $3,195. When we sold this, it was $24.99 a year. So this paid for itself in the first 3 months. By the end of, and it hasn't even been a year, but up to this time, it's actually paid for itself 3 times. Turbo Income, another strategy we launched last year. This cost, I think, $17.99 when we launched it. It's up $12,500 in the first 3 months. So it paid for itself 10 times over. Trade Zone, same thing. It paid for itself 3 times in the first 3 months. I show you all of this to show you that the strategies that we bring are profitable and they work. We are always adding new strategies, always. We actually have 3 new strategies that are coming in the next few months that we're going to talk about here today. But you should be able to look at this and feel confident in what we're showing you. 100% of the products we launched last year paid for themselves within 3 months. I don't know many other people that can say that about their products. And one of the reasons why this is even possible is because of CRT and the way that we vet our strategies before we even launch them. So we make sure that what we're going out the door with, what we bring to you guys as strategies, is the cream of the crop. They've been tested. So I'm not surprised that these perform this way. And Mark, you can speak to this. Right now, we're testing some strategies that we're going to be bringing to you guys in the next few months that are projected to do just as well as these, if not better.
Yeah, absolutely. I am live money trading a strategy that we're going to talk about here in a second. And to your point, CRT is so important, right? Consistently profitable, repeatable, and teachable. And part of that CRT process is there's live money trading with it. We don't, there may be back tests involved as we're building the strategy, but in the lead up, all of these require real money and real results before they ever see the light of day.
Right. So the first piece of TraderX that you should know as someone here learning about the subscription and seeing if it's right for you, because like we said, it might not be for everyone, but the first thing that all TraderX members get are every single strategy that we currently have. So that full list that I just showed you, including these 4 products that we launched in the last year, all of those products are included for a TraderX member. The other thing you get as a TraderX is every new strategy we launch as long as you're a member. So if you were to sign up today and say, I want to be a member of TraderX for the next year, which we're going to talk about and give you the opportunity to do. If we launch 4 new products in the next year, if we launch 6 new products in the next year, you would get all of those included. Right now, I want to talk about the next 3 products that we're going to launch. And 2 of them are coming in the next few weeks, which is really exciting. And we're going to give you some specifics on those. So you can start to put some shape to what joining TraderX today will mean for you in the next 30, 60, 90 days. So I want to talk first about, I'm going to start with 1 product, and there's 3 of these. So I'll talk about the first one. Mark's going to talk about the second 2. Are there any questions so far? If there are, put them in the chat. This presentation here today is for you guys to see if this membership is right for you. So if you have a question as we go, I want you to ask it, and I'm going to address those. This first strategy, and we're launching this next Tuesday, which is really exciting, is an option fingerprint AI scanner. Now, Andrew has been working on this scanner for the last 6 months. And by working on it, I mean talking nearly every day to the dev team that is taking his ideas for this strategy and putting them in a tool. So what is this tool? What does it do? Well, the point of this scanner is to find next year's best performing stocks today. And it gives you the stock name, and it also layers on top the options to buy for 5 to 10x gains. So let's talk about an example of this tool at work. A lot of you here, I'm sure, know the stock Robinhood, have traded Robinhood. I want to look at where Robinhood was at the end of 2024. You can see it on this chart right here. And I want to ask you guys that are here, how many of you, without knowing what happened with Robinhood over the last year, how many of you would have bought this stock? So here's what you could see, all right? If you looked at Robinhood at this point in time, you could see it like 18 months of trading. And the stock was up maybe, 170%. How many of you would have looked at this and said, okay, I think there's a lot of room to run for Robinhood, and you would have bought this? Put your answer in the chat. Is this a stock, just from looking at this chart and the growth that Robinhood are already seen, is this something you would have bought, yes or no? And you might look at it and say, Hannah, I don't know. I don't know if I should have bought this or not. Well, Andrew built the option fingerprint tool so that it would take that I don't know, and turn it into a hard yes or no. At the very end of 2024, it told Andrew to buy Robinhood. He bought stock and he bought options. Over the next year, Robinhood went on to be the top performing stock. I think if you take out all the penny stocks and stuff, it was the best performing stock in 2025. It went up like 400 or 500%. Andrew knew to own this and own the stock and the options because of the scanner. Now, I'm going to show you a sneak preview right now of what the scanner looks like that we're going to be releasing next Tuesday. Here's who gets access to the scanner on Tuesday. Anyone who's a Flash Lifetime member and anyone who is a TraderX member. So one of the things that we're going to do with the TraderX audience over the lifetime of this subscription is as we have new tools we develop, we're going to release them for you early before anyone can even buy to access them. And the reason for that is we want you to be able to test these tools first and to build these tools and take advantage of the opportunities first. It's part of a perk that you get as a TraderX member. So here's what this tool is actually going to look like. Now, there's different filters here. So any stock that qualifies has to pass filter 1, filter 2, filter 3. And then once it gets through that process, there's an actual option. And this is just an example. You don't go buy this right now, but this is just an example of an output. How many of you here are Alpha AI members? If you're an Alpha AI member, you might recognize this kind of layout, which takes the ideas that our pro traders have in their head and puts them inside of a tool. Meaning, I don't need to chase down alerts. I don't need to talk to Mark every time if I should open or close a trade. I can use this tool to tell me how to do that. Mark, we've talked about this a lot, and we are building a lot of these tools right now here at Option Pit. We believe that this is the future of trading, is taking the edges that pro traders like you and Mark and Andrew have in your heads and putting them inside of these tools so that anyone can use them. And we're building several of these right now. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. We're in the process of, we're constantly improving these. So Alpha AI is already on its 3rd generation. There'll be a 4th and 5th probably in 2026. Everyone gets better. This one, the fingerprint scanner is going to be coming out shortly. And then I'm working on a flow scanner and then like a super flow scanner, one that's going to be associated with Delta Strike, one that's going to be associated with something else. And I have one more in the back of my head that, I expect to launch in 2026. And each of these AI engines are, because this market is moving faster and faster. And so finding the areas where there's opportunities for profit, those periods of time where that opportunity is there is becoming a little bit shorter. And so the best solution for that is to come up with something that brings that opportunity to you instead of having to go hunt it. And that's really why we dug in there. Alpha AI, the story behind that, listen, I don't have the time. I don't have the ability to scour the whole market for short squeeze opportunities, but I think there's some of the best opportunities out there. So what do? We bring an engine that brings the opportunities to me instead of me having to hunt. It's kind of like shooting. It's kind of like going, hunting in a pig pen. Or shooting fish in a barrel. If you will.
Yeah.
When they bring them to you, it becomes much easier.
No, 100%. It's the definition of working smarter, not harder. And we're going to continue to develop this. And people who are members of TraderX will not only get first access to all of these tools, and it will be included in their membership. You can actually help us build these. We take feedback from this group all the time and different new tools that they want us to build. So that product is coming next week and is something that TraderX will get access to. Here's another product that's coming next Wednesday. Mark, I'm going to let you talk about this. This is a weekly options trading product that you have developed and been test trading almost over the last year. So this is a sneak peek. We don't normally do this. You guys are going to get a sneak peek before we actually launch this product.
So the number one thing I did on the floor was try and figure my customers out. I could see, the same customers would use the same brokers. I figured out who were the smart customers, who were the customers that were, maybe not as smart, not as sophisticated, or were actually hedging. The smart customers, when they went and bought calls, I learned to buy calls with those customers, and it made me a lot of money. Now, I'm off floor, and I don't see the brokers bringing those customers. But these same traders leave those signals, those imprints of how they trade. And I started tracking one particular fund. It started with me just seeing a specific pattern of option buying and selling. Then here's something I can do that most people can't. I picked up the phone and started calling my friends on the floor and asked about who these were. I had an idea, got the confirmation, and this trader, this group, it's a fund, they're right consistently, and they will go from on to off. When they're on, they're almost always right. When they're off, that is the time to be out the market, and they love high beta stocks. They love stocks that have a ton of volatility. So when they go what we would call risk on, means they're going long. They want a lot of volatility. They want a lot of high beta. They have a specific trading pattern that they execute, and I can see it, and I can trade with it and actually trade it a little better because these guys are not the best at picking options. And that's kind of what I built this strategy. It's Mark, not just, yeah.
You basically noticed a year ago that there were some large orders taking place on a schedule, and we'll talk about this more next week, but there is a schedule with which they make these trades. And what you guys are seeing on the screen right now is Mark following them into these trades. These are his sample trades. We've covered up the stocks. We'll talk more about this next week, but what you watched this fund do, which is the smart money. You said you followed people like this when you traded on the floor because they made the most money for themselves and for you, following them into these trades. And you basically saw this trend on a schedule. They're buying the same kind of stocks, the same style orders on the same kind of timeline. And you started saying like, hey, this looks interesting. You called to confirm some of the sources, and then you've just been following them ever since that into these trades. And what you guys see on the screen here is Mark's actual performance trading these. So he takes an account with his own real money and says, I think this could be interesting for our subscribers. Let me try this. And so you start following them. There's some huge winners on here. I mean, you hit a 422% winner. These are also kind of tight windows. I mean, it only took 2 days for you to get that return. Talk to me a little bit about when we launch this strategy next week, what you expect this to generate. Because for people here today who may be interested in this is going to be included in TraderX. So if you join TraderX today, you'll get this when it launches next week. Talk to me about what you think this could be worth in the first month, 3 months of membership.
Yeah. So that's the beauty is once I figured out who it was and I saw their pattern, I completely figured out what they were trying to accomplish. I don't get to do, which is, it takes a skill set of staring at orders for the last 24 years. And they like to trade on either Friday or Monday and be out by the following Friday. And so these trades, this strategy is going to be a Monday to Friday strategy, in on Monday and out, 85, 90% of the time by that following Friday.
If not before. It seems some of these you even are 2 or 3 day trades. So
sometimes they get the move and I just take the money. And so it could be a day, it could be 4 days. None of these trades are going to last longer than about 8 days. They're with absolute rare exception. I think the longest one, including a weekend, was 11 days. So this is a short-dated option strategy based entirely off of a trader that is trading a very similar strategy and is executing it with precision. And I intend to do the same and continue to track this trader.
One of the themes that's really important for retail traders to make money is to understand the allocation between short-term strategies, mid strategies, longer-term strategies, and being able to take the shorter-term strategies like this one that can pay you large dividends and take that money you generate and reinvest it back into longer-term options or stock ideas like what Andrew's option fingerprint scanner may generate. Like that rotation is really how you build wealth long term. That is a core principle of Trader X and something that's going to be taught in the 12-week mastermind. So when you're looking at all these strategies we're showing you today and kind of piecing them together, that's how I want you to think about it. That's how Mark thinks about these strategies. That's how Andrew thinks about these strategies. It's really a rotation of your money. Yeah, you're going to trade short-term options, and we're looking for high gains there. 100%, 139%, 422%. You can see on the screen here, and you rotate those wins out into something longer term. Depending on your age and your risk level, it might be a little safer. Maybe you're just doing stocks longer term versus the options. But that thought process is what differentiates Trader X from some of the individual strategies. All of our individual strategies are great, but this is the full picture, everything together.
Yeah, and what I love about this strategy is, Nancy Pelosi is retiring, and so and interestingly, I found somebody better than Pelosi that I am tracking that nobody knows about except me, and now you guys.
Be in the chat. I just want to call this out. Who is a Trader X? She said, this is what they've been looking for. I don't know if you're a man or a woman. Sorry, B. I'll just call you they. But they said they've enjoyed cap gains and weekly profit cycles to generate money short term, and then they're looking for where to put it long term. That thought process is how smart traders think about this. You don't want to be trading $100,000 account daily on options. Like that's not really how that works. You got to rotate that, and there's ways you can maximize those returns.
And there's a really nice synergy between this and Andrew's flash scanner, right? Andrew's stuff longer dated. You take some of these quick dated profits that you don't need to put a ton of money into, and you roll it into Andrew's long-term strategy, or my small cap fund that I'm running in special situations, unlimited, or into Hans's turbo income, where he's running some of his longer dated income stuff. We really kind of here at Option Pit, we hit just about every portion of your investment strategy that you need. Now we use options, but we're hitting on all of that.
Right. So we've got Andrew's AI scanner coming next week for option fingerprints. That's your long-term stock and options opportunities. We've got Mark's weekly options product that you're seeing right here that we're launching next Wednesday. Both of those included in Trader X. The third brand new thing that's coming this quarter in Q1 2026 is we're actually going to be adding a new trader and a new product here at Option Pit. We're not going to forecast too much about his product, but I do want to talk about this trader a little bit. Mark, you've called this person your go-to guy. He's kind of your inside man, your first call when you see something exciting. Can you talk a little bit about why you're wanting to bring this person on right now at this time, and anything you can share about this trader?
Yeah, so let's talk about what are the big stories of 2026. AI is still a story, but that's no longer the lead story. The lead story is resources. Venezuela, Greenland, rare earth, copper, steel, aluminum for my British friends, oil, energy, nat gas. Those are the stories for 2026. Gold, silver. Mag 7, it's going to be a leader. Now, in 2 years, several of those stocks might not be in the Mag 7 anymore. There may be some new ones. Mag 7 is a leader, but the trend for 2026 has been a move into the broadening of the economy and a move toward resources. We need energy. We need materials to create these data centers. And all of that boils down to commodities. It boils down to stuff going on at the Chicago Board of Trade, at the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. It boils down to lumber, eggs, cheese, oil, gold futures.
What do you mean by
Those
that? How is this new trader? So you're basically saying in 2026, here's the trends that we're going to see, and anticipating these trends and trading off of them and understanding where to actually put your money inside of this is the key to success.
that is going to be
How is this person able to speak to these specifically?
so that's the beauty. So it's time for us to bring in someone that has a true macro understanding of markets, that has traded futures in the commodity markets for an extended period of time. Somebody with deep knowledge of recognizing when commodity markets are out of whack and when to ignore them. And that's where this trader comes in. He was a option market maker in equities and index options for a long time, and then pivoted into trading options and futures on commodities, things like lumber and oil and nat gas and gold. And he brings an understanding of these markets, which are going to be the story of 2026, to Option Pit, that as good as we are, we don't have that deep knowledge that this trader is going to bring. And it is going to make myself, that trader, and you a lot of money in 2026, I believe.
You and this trader, and his name is Tim Colby. We'll talk about him a little bit here. Here's a picture of, I think, him and Mark playing roulette or something.
Yeah.
But you guys go way back. You guys actually met in an elevator. Is that true? On your first day on the floor?
Yeah. So my first day working at Group 1 Trading, I'm in the elevator. I meet there's this tall guy. He's about 6'6", 6'7", and we pushed the same button. I go, "Oh, is it your first day too?" He said, "Yeah," and we became fast friends. So I watched this guy develop. He and I trained together, traded together, and became very, very good friends over time. So we already have that piece, but he's a different trader than I am. He moved into this macro strategy that is going to lead this macro approach to trading that is going to be a winner in 2026. He scaled his macro strategies to about $250 million in AUM, which is huge in the CTA space. Wins over 75% of his months, never had a losing year. I mean, this is a guy, here's how good of a trader he was, Hannah. The last couple of years that he was trading, he never took a salary. He would just, at the end of the year, cash out his profits. That is how he traded. And
that's a strong move.
Tell you more about that. But he is, top 1% capital efficiency at Gelber, which was the Chicago firm. That is a very, very good trading group. So
we're going to start. We'll start folding Tim in. You guys will see him over the next couple of months. He'll be participating in State of the Market. He's actually taken off the last, I think, 5 or 10 years, raising his kids and just living off those profits that he's made before as a trader and running a hedge, etc. And he's actually going to start getting back into trading over the next couple of months. And you guys will follow that journey, for free. We'll be doing that on the State of the Market itself. But when we do launch a product for Tim, which is probably coming around the end of Q1, that is something that would be included in TraderX. So over the next few months, and really 2 of these are next week, you've got the AI scanner, Mark's new weekly options product that we just showed you some of the test trades on it, and something coming for Tim. So all of these included in TraderX. So we've got all existing strategies and all of the new strategies that we would launch. And profitable strategies are paramount. You can't be a profitable trader without a profitable strategy. But there are other pieces that are really important for success. And this is something, Ahmed, yes, we will have a newsletter for Tim. It is going to be launched probably in the next couple of weeks here. So keep your eyes peeled for that. We will have that, and you can start to get to know him there.
And Rahad, that's actually my wife, not Tim's wife standing next to him. So yes, our wives, the person you think his wife looks a lot like my wife, because that is my wife.
Profitable strategies are the start. You have to have those, but there are some other keys to TraderX. And Mark, when we started talking about, your experience on the floor and exactly what made that so profitable and so successful. There are other pieces. One of them is having the tools to execute these strategies. That's why we talked about the scanners that we're building, the AI engines. A great trader is only as great as their tools. You cannot be everywhere and see everything. But if you have tools and engines that can serve you the best opportunities, you're going to start way ahead of everyone else. That's a huge piece of TraderX, and we are going to continue developing this year and the next and the next. The second is a platform to do it easily. How many of you who have multiple strategies, either here or I'm sure you guys buy strategies other places too. It's okay. We can talk about it. I'm sure you have a lot of alerts that are coming in at one time. We wanted to build a platform where everything is in one place. And we did that for TraderX. And I'm going to show that to you guys right now. This is really cool. Andrew has wanted to make this forever. But you need a way that every day you can digest information, digest trades, everything quickly. So let me show you a screenshot of what we put together. Now, everyone who joins TraderX, when you go to our paid site, it looks a little bit different. When you log in as a TraderX, it's going to look like this. Now, here's what this means. This is one room where you get access to all of our paid live streaming trading in one place. So you don't have to hop from this room to this room to this room. You get one room with all the live streams, one room with all the alerts, one room where you can actually chat with all of the other members. Say you want to hop in another room and say hi to people, you can still do that. But this makes everything way cleaner, way easier. The room itself is just the start. We also have the total portfolio, which I'm going to show you guys right now.
Yeah, this is really cool.
If you are here and you are a member and you have a couple different strategies, you have to go to different portfolios to be able to see the open and close trades. What we wanted to build for TraderX is a place you can go one place and you can see everything together. So we're calling it the total portfolio. I'm going to share this with you and let's kind of walk through what this looks like. So the total portfolio, as you can see here, this would just represent some open positions. It'll have the strategy that the position is for, the date added, the stock, and the entry price. Same for the closed positions. So you can see on here at any one time, all of the open and closed positions for the strategies you use. You don't have to hop portfolio to portfolio. You can see it all in one place. In addition, you can customize this. So say I want to, say I only trade a couple of the strategies at one time, or I meet with Andrew for the mastermind and Andrew says, all right, right now there's 3 you should be focusing on. And it's special situations, it's trade zone, and it's alpha AI. You can curate this portfolio so that you can just see these 3 strategies. So when I scroll down, I'm going to see all the open positions for those 3 strategies with their names. And I'm going to see all the closed positions for those 3 strategies with these names. Looks like you should be trading these right now. I mean, look at this. Holy cow. You can also pick date ranges. You can search certain stocks. We wanted to make this as easy as possible for you to use and find the best opportunities. So say you're like, man, I think Tesla looks really good right now. I want to trade Tesla. You could select all strategies. You could search Tesla, and you can see what open or closed positions we have for that. Let's do another one. RCAT. Okay, we have an open position right now in capital gains. Let me go check that out, see if it's still within the entry. I can enter into this. We built this to make trading easier. Everything in one place. You can sort, you can customize. This is something that's only available right now for TraderX members. And I'm really excited about the total portfolio. I think it's going to be a game changer. Even for you, Mark, it's easier to see everything at one spot
great.
here.
I was just, one of the things is like I follow along with all our other traders, and I'll trade with Alicia, I'll trade with Andrew, and sometimes I'm like going through my positions and I'm like, where did I get this call option from? Or where did I do this idea from? This is going to allow me to filter and figure out, okay, this is where that came from. And then, I can ping Alicia and be like, hey, what's going on with this thing? it's really neat for organizing my thoughts and why I'm in the trades that I'm in.
And it at the end of the day, you guys, it's to make more money.
Yes.
It's easier to make money when things are simple. It's easier to make money when you can find the best opportunities right at the top. Question in chat, Human is asking if there's a way you can checkmark the trades. I'm so glad you asked that, because we are going to add that. There's actually going to be a new feature coming for TraderX people where it'll have a button next to each trade that's going to say copy this trade. And if you click copy this trade, it'll take it from the total portfolio and put it into your personal portfolio. So you can track on the side your trades that you take personally. And once you copy that trade to your own portfolio, you're actually going to be able to edit some of the entries, exits, things like that. So you can start to track the trades that you make inside of this platform yourself. That's something we're working on right now. It's probably going to be a Q2 2026 launch, but that will be included for TraderX people. We've had that request forever. So many of you, how many of you here use like a spreadsheet or something to track your trades? Like, it can be really hard. The brokerages don't make it easy a lot of times for you to see your returns on individual positions. They make it look confusing. This is going to make that way easier. This is something Andrew has wanted for forever. So that is going to be built into TraderX. The last thing here, you guys, is the community. And I cannot stress this enough. We wanted to build a community of high achieving traders. That's really what TraderX is. You know, people that don't take no for an answer, people that if they fall down, they get right back up, people that build a community that basically makes it impossible for you to fail. You know, they're going to ask you to show up. They're going to ask you for your ideas. They're going to tell you their ideas. We want a small group of high achievers, and that's really what TraderX is and what we're building this to do. So I want to walk through with you what this whole package looks like. We'll sum this up a little bit. Again, the price point that we're offering right now is only available for 24 more hours. So stick with me. I'm going to tell you everything that you get and sum up what we've already talked about. There's a couple other things we haven't talked about yet. And then we'll get to how you actually join this. So
yeah, and Hannah, I just want to add one more thing to the community. If you're not a high achiever yet, but you are dedicated to becoming a high achiever, then the single best way is to put yourself around high achieving traders.
Right.
And TraderX is that. So if you have the will and the volition to become a high achieving trader, TraderX is for you.
All right, let's sum some of this up. So it's all strategies, all tools, now and for as long as you are a member of TraderX in one place at one time with the single best community of traders and high achievers ever assembled. We want to reset the standard for what it looks like to build a trading community. That's what TraderX is going to be. This isn't a typical subscription. This is a long-term asset of incredible value. It's security, it's safety. So let's go through the package and everything that's included. You get immediate access to every strategy we have currently. Here's the full list, okay? This is every strategy we have right now. This is almost $38,000 of value of current products. These are all included in TraderX. It also includes all new products we launch as long as you are a member. So some of the ones we highlighted here today. The first is Mark's new weekly options product, which is going to be launching next week. For most people, this is going to retail around $1,000, $2,000. This is included in TraderX. I showed you Andrew's option fingerprint scanner. The beta of this is launching next week. For most people who just buy this straight up, it's going to be $3,500. Okay. Here you can see it's alerting the actual options to trade right in the room. For people who join TraderX, this is included free. Same with Tim Colby's product. Once we launch that, that would be included free. The other thing we talked about a little earlier when Andrew was here, and this is a huge piece of TraderX, is the 12-week mastermind. Now, we have never done a mastermind where every single trader is involved in this. And every single trader over the next 12 weeks is going to be teaching their top strategies, their top indicators, their top tools, how best to take advantage of their strategies. They're going to be building for you guys everything I talked about earlier. Exactly when to pull out this tool, exactly when you shouldn't use this tool, exactly how to maximize your return on each of these trades. Now, the first class of this 12-week mastermind is actually this afternoon. Starts at 4 p.m. today. And Andrew's going to be teaching the first class. But this is a 12-week mastermind, and you'll get access to today's replay if you can't make today at 4. But that's part of the reason why we're doing this now, is this is starting. If you guys don't know this about Andrew, he built the curriculum that was used at Group 1 and by some other pro trading firms that traders had to take before they were able to actually go trade on the floor. Andrew, for years, has been building curriculums and training traders. And he built this package, this mastermind, to get you from 0 to 100, or even from 80 to 100, and help you pinpoint the tools that you need to be successful. So that starts today.
Yeah, I mean, Andrew's still revered among Group 1 traders and ex-Group 1 traders.
I heard they're still using his curriculum.
They still use it and still don't pay him on it. I will tell you
I heard
single
that.
best. Andrew and I went to dinner with some ex-Group 1 guys, and there was one guy that hadn't seen him in a while and just said, "Hey, I want to," stopped him and said, "Andrew, I just want to say thank you for what you did for me. You have made me wealthy and turned me into the professional trader I am," and wanted to shake his hand. That is the way that man is revered among people that have gone through the Group 1 training and what we're bringing to this Trader X package. Every day I thank him. Andrew says, "Hey, Mark, you forgot something." I said, "Oh, that's right. Thanks, Andrew."
The 100%, that starts today, and that's going to be a 12-week process. For those of you that have Trader X, you'll always have access to that. So at any time, say we're 6 months down the road and Andrew's, doing your weekly live training, and he's saying, "Okay, right now, here's the 3 strategies that have the most opportunity inside the market." You can go back to that 12-week mastermind and you can review, Hans talking about turbo income, Leisha walking through cheap calls and puts for option shopper and exactly how to maximize your gains with them. You can see them go through each of those. You'll always have access to that tool. Of course, you're going to get the total portfolio, which I already showed you. That's access to all the trades in one place at one time. Andrew's going to walk through that today. And for all of you existing Trader X's, this is going to be opened up tomorrow. So you'll get access to this starting tomorrow. We also have that live stream of all the products into one room at all times. I showed you this already. That's obviously included. That 24/7 private chat room that you have in there, it has some new features. So you can actually upload images. You guys could, take a screenshot of a chart. Guys, I'm in the middle of this trade. What do you think about this? You can upload it. You can talk about it. We're also adding some new features in there, like you can do threads and send DMs to each other. Those will be coming over the next few months. Trader X also has a legacy membership status. We've never done this before at Option Pit. What this means is if you stop using your subscription, or if you want to gift it to someone inside of your family, you can do that free of charge. We understand that this is an investment. We believe it's an investment that's going to pay for itself, but we also have received this question in the past, and we want you guys to feel comfortable taking this step with us, knowing that buying this asset, it's not just something that's for you and it's done. You can hand this down. The skills that you're going to learn and the money that you're going to be able to make, you're going to want to pass this down. You're going to want to teach the other people in your life how they can do this themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. How many of you have kids or grandkids that are interested in markets? Type of 1 if you do. This is something. Imagine, 10 years from now, you're like, I've done really, really well. I'm ready to kind of kick back and let my investments work for me. But, my son or my grandson really is interested in these markets, or granddaughter, or daughter. This is something you'll be able to give to them as a gift. Now it has to stay within the family. You have to be related to them, but this is, I look forward to speaking, maybe your son or daughter just had a kid And when they turn 18, this is something you can give to them, because I'll tell you, by the time they turn 18, this is going to be way more if they go and buy it. So this is something you're going to be able to give, and it's inflation protected. I don't know that anybody does anything like this. That's what I really love. That's another thing that makes us so different than everywhere else.
Yeah, you guys you could leave this in your will. You're gonna have your kids fighting over it. If that happens and you need to give away a couple subscriptions, that's fine. Reach out to us. We can make that happen. But this is something that can pay you for years to come, and other people can benefit from it as well with this legacy status. We also have a private VIP line. So any questions that you have, anything that you need, you don't have to call our general line. You can call the private line. You'll be moved right to the front. There's a live calendar of every event. We also have some of this amazing merch that we showed you that we're wearing here today. Some of it we're going to be able to send to you guys directly in the next few weeks. So you can start wearing these while you're doing your Trader X. You can be cheersing with the mugs. Maybe we'll even have some of those fancy flannels for AG. But this is a culture, being a part of Trader X. And we want you guys to feel that and be able to show that inside of your lives. So we've got every current strategy, every new strategy, the 12-week live mastermind, the paid site upgrades, that Trader X mode, total portfolio, the one room for all the live streams, the chat with new features, private concierge line, legacy status, the Trader X merch. Dude, if you add all this up, it's crazy. We're not going to charge you 50 grand. We're not even going to charge you 25 or 10. We're not even charging you 10 for this. The offer that we have available that is open for the next 24 hours, and again, it includes everything you see right here, is $8,000. Now, there's a couple ways you can do a payment plan for this if you need to, and there is a lifetime option, which I'm going to talk about in just a second. This is the annual option. So it's $8,000 one-time payment, and you get everything on the screen right now for a year, everything on the screen. You can also break this into some payment plans if you need. And our customer care team is around right now. They are waiting for your call. They are ready to get you guys in. So let me walk through some of the options if you take a payment plan. So you could do a one-time payment of $8,000. You can do 2 payments of $4,100. So you pay one right now and one in 30 days. Or, and this is crazy, I can't believe we're doing this one. You can do 4 payments of $2,100. So you can pay now, 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. By the way, if you take a payment plan, it's not like we wait 30 days or 90 days to give you access. You'll get access right away. Let me say that one more time. If you take a payment plan option for the Trader X membership, which is all existing strategies, all new strategies we launch while you're a member, which, by the way, guys, if you add up the strategies we're going to launch, it probably equals about $8,000. And you can just get everything if you do that right now. But if you take the payment plan, we're going to give you access right away. So you could pay $2,100 today and you could get access to everything. Now you have to complete the payments. You can't just do the $2,100 and be done.
Right.
But we wanted to remove the barriers to get you into this as soon as possible. We're so excited about this year and what we're building and new things that we're bringing that we didn't want any reason why you couldn't get in. So that's why we created some of these payment plans. Now, like I said, the prices that you see on your screen right now are only available for 24 hours. It's actually 23 hours now. 1 p.m. tomorrow is our deadline, okay? Now, Denmac, I'm so glad you asked this. It's a perfect segue to what I'm going to talk about next. Some of you have credits that you have accumulated from buying strategies. So what can you actually do with that? Well, we have an offer for you. If you want to do the annual, this is our best offer. It's the $8,000. We're not taking anything off of that. $8,000, we will not reduce it. But if you have credits, here's what you can do. We are offering a lifetime version of this. So if you do the annual, it's $8,000. There is a lifetime version. It's $20,000. We don't expect you to pay that right now here today. Here's what you can do if you have credits. Every single dollar that you have spent in 2025 can act as a credit towards the pro lifetime package. So let's say you've spent $7,000 this year on other products. You can take that $7,000 right off the top of TraderX Lifetime, and it would be $13,000 for you to get access to everything forever. So every single dollar you've spent in this last year can be credited towards a lifetime membership. You take it right off the top, and you can get access to everything forever. Call our team. So the order form that you see above, if you click that, the lifetime offer is not on there because you got to call our team. You can scan, there's a QR code on the screen. You can scan that too to see that order form, but you have to call our team for the lifetime version. The number's in the chat. It's 888-872-3301. They're going to talk to you because they got to see what you own and what they can take off the top, but give us a call if that lifetime is something you're interested in.
And, Hannah, I'll make the lifetime a little better.
Oh, really?
If you sign up for the lifetime and, we did this before, we use those up. I'm going to open up a few more slots. If you sign up for the lifetime before this special ends tomorrow at 1 p.m., you can fly to Austin and you can come and sit next to me and trade with me for a day. And then I'll take you out to a nice dinner. You can ask me any question you want. You can hang out with me for the day. So you can basically get the full Mark Sebastian experience. If you want to go to Maine, I can arrange it for Andrew as well. So if you want to have direct access and trade next to one of us, you can sign up between now and 1 o'clock. We'll allow five memberships to do this, and you can come and fly down to Austin and trade with me for a day. And then, like I said, I'll take you out for a nice dinner.
That's awesome. And that's just for the lifetime membership, correct, Mark?
Just for the lifetime membership, yes.
I have some questions about, can you show everything that's included in here? Here you go. You can see everything that's included right here on the screen. Also, if you click that button right above us that has the order form, it says join here. You'll see everything listed out there as well. Will we get breakfast with his freshly laid eggs? Ted, I think that could probably be arranged. You don't know this, but Andrew and Mark are great cooks. So I think in either situation, you'll be set. Yes. What questions do we have? Pop them in the chat if you have a question. There's still 150 people here. So if you are thinking about this, guys, if you are thinking about this, give us a call. Give us a call. We have those payment plan options. You can take any dollar you spent in 2025 off of the lifetime membership. They can also probably figure out a payment plan for lifetime. I just saw this question from Harley Man. Yes, give us a call. We can probably work that out. Listen, we're not here to like twist your arm. This is a great offer. This is a great deal. This is the best this is ever going to get. And tomorrow at 1 p.m., this is going up to $10,000. It will not go back to 8. This is something we're doing for those of you that are here, that recognize the value of this, that have watched all of this. Like, that's why we're doing this. But we will not go back to $8,000 a year. We won't. We literally won't. So this is the best as we'll ever get. Are there any annual or other maintenance fees, or is this one and done? Mogul Gnome, that's a good question. There is going to be a small maintenance fee for the lifetime because those tools that you have access to, we have to pay for those every month. But all we're doing is just passing through that payment to you. It's not substantial. If you call on the phone, they'll tell you specifically what it will be for you.
Yeah, you're literally just paying for the data that we're paying for the AI engines, and that's it.
If you do the annual, this $8,000, it is an annual. So it is going to rebill. You can talk to them about that and how you might maybe want to set that up. But I want to remind you guys, we looked a little bit earlier today at when we launch strategies, how fast they pay for themselves. And I want to remind you that the 4 strategies we launched last year paid for themselves 10 times over, probably collectively, in the first 3 months of the membership. Those are all strategies you'd have access to here, okay? And the 3 new products that we already know we're launching this year, there's going to be more than that, but the 3 that we already know, at least 2 of them, we've been beta testing and trading. They fit the same CRT parameters that the strategies we launched last year did. So you kind of do the math on how you think that's going to go. this is going to pay for itself. It's just a matter of how quickly you can get it to do that by engaging in the product, which we're going to make sure you have the tools to do with the mastermind. We could hand you the best suite of trading products ever, but if you don't know how to use them, you wouldn't be able to do anything with it. That's what that mastermind's all about, which starts today at 4. Anything else you want to say about that mastermind, Mark? You're going to be in that. Hans, Leisha, Frank, Tim will probably even teach some sessions. It's the first time we've included everyone in a mastermind class like that.
I mean, and that's kind of how Andrew built the program when I was at Group 1. We had different traders walking us through different segments, different pieces. And it was about kind of what kind of trader they were that would trade that. The guys that really liked selling premium were the ones that taught us all about being short options. The guys that really liked owning gamma, those were the guys that taught us about long options. And that was, I believe, a major part of the growth process for me was getting those different perspectives and really getting that specific expertise on that specific piece of my training. And that's what we're bringing to you. This is really centered around the same concepts that Andrew built, that taught myself, Tim, myself, me, Tim, and the 100 other Group 1 traders I'm still friends with that are still successful in this business today.
I just want to go back through this one more time for you guys. By the way, if you're here and you want to join this, tell me in the chat. Rainmaker says, let's go. Rainmaker, I want to see that X next to your name that says you're a Trader X. You'll notice some of the profiles in the chat that have the little X next to them. Those are Trader X people. So if you're in a room and you have a question or you want, that's someone that you can go to that is a member of this community. So let me just walk through this one more time. Every current strategy we have, you get access to. Every new strategy we launch, as long as you're a member, you get access. That 12-week live mastermind, which you'll always have access to the recordings of. And we'll do updates to that, by the way. It's not like we're only going to be live with you for 3 months and then we're like, so long, good luck. That's not how it'll work. There will be ongoing live sessions about the market, the strategies we're building, and exactly what they can do for you at all times. The total portfolio, one room, all live streams, chat with new features, private concierge line, that legacy status, so you can actually get more runway out of this membership. It's not just for you, it's for your kids, your grandkids, generations that can take advantage of this. And then we have the cool merch, which is always a great perk that people love. You're going to get that too. Mar, good question in the chat. You asked like how long we plan to stay in business. Some people do offers like this and then they kind of leave you hanging. That's not the plan here. We plan to be here for a long time and actually fulfilling this. We're 15 years old. Mark says we plan on at least turning 30. So stick around. This offer will be active as long as we're here. So if you take the lifetime version of this and you buy Trader X Lifetime, which we're calling Trader X Pro, that means that for as long as you're in business, you get everything we launch.
Yep.
Which is a smoking hot deal.
That's going to be a lot
It's
over the coming years, especially around AI. These AI engines, they're effective and they are really good at what they do. And so
let's go back really quick, Mark, to talk about some of these payment plans. So
yeah.
For those of you that are still here, we have these payment plans available. Again, call us. And if you need something that looks a little different than this, we can figure it out. But we already know that for some of you, I mean, if you go to try to put $8,000 on the credit card, it might be weird. So you can use some of these payment plans. Again, $2,100 today will get you access to this. Yes, you have to complete that payment plan. If you pay $2,100 right now, you can be at the 4 p.m. session with Andrew, walking through why volatility is the backbone of all great trades. That's what he's going to teach today. He's going to show you guys the total portfolio. You can start to meet all the other Trader X's. And tomorrow, when we release the total portfolio, you would get access. That means that next Monday, well, we're off next Monday. That means that next Tuesday, you're going to get access to Andrew's Option Fingerprint AI scanner. You can start looking at long-term stock and option opportunities. That means next Wednesday, when Mark brings out his brand new options product, which for most people is going to cost them $1,500. For you, it'll be free. It's included in Trader X. You'll get access to that next Wednesday. I mean, this is what the next 7 days could look like for you for just $2,100 here today. I saw Sergeant Schultz put a comment in here earlier. He said, since Hannah started talking about this, I've gotten a couple of alerts in the total portfolio, and 2 of them were profitable trades that closed. That is what this experience can look like for you when you take the step forward today. And we know right now this doesn't apply to everyone. We know you might not be able to do this. We know you might not want to make this commitment. That's okay. Trader X is not for everyone, but for the people, the right people who will realize the value of this, that's who we want to be at Trader X. Mark, anything else you want to add? Again, guys, the order form's up there. You can use the phone number. It's right on your screen right now. Give us a call. If there's a wait, just stay on hold or whatever. Or you can send us an email at support@optionpit.com and let them know what you're interested in. This does only last till 1 tomorrow.
I don't know how much more value I can bring. We're giving you everything we have here. This master course with all of us, which starts today at 4 p.m., which is why you should be joining now. And again, for those of you that joined before now and the end that are at the lifetime level, you get the opportunity to come hang out with me live and in person for an entire day, or you can pick Andrew and join them and sit next to it. The way I learned the final part of my trading process, my training process, was sitting next to a professional trader and trading and watching them trade. Part of your program at Group 1 was flying to San Francisco and standing next to Andrew for a month. So this is that opportunity that to really make this like the program I went through. The opportunity to sit next to a trader all day and watch their process. That plus this incredible AI engine that we're launching next week, and the 2 I've got working on, and the one that's kind of just jotted down that's not right there. It's like I'm not Leonardo da Vinci, but I have like a book of ideas of things I would like to do. And what Alpha AI really opened up Pandora's box of allowing me to start building those things that I want to build. And those are going to be coming your way, and those are included with Trader X as they come. So whereas each of these is going to be sold at like $3,000-$4,000, you buy 2 of those, you paid for Trader X.
Right. All right, guys, I think we're going to leave you here. Mark, I know you still have some trading to get to today.
Yes,
Andrew will be live at 4. Again, you guys, there's 24 hours left on this offer. Do not wait on this. When we say that it's going to be gone tomorrow, it is going to be gone tomorrow. This price will not be available again. These payment plan options, they're not going to be available in this style. So click on that order form, review everything that you get, give us a phone call, and make sure that if you are even thinking about this, ask and find out now, because this isn't going to be around this time next week, not even Monday next week. So get into this today. And thank you for joining us and listening to this. If Trader X isn't an option for you right now, it definitely can be in the future. This membership is going nowhere. We only plan to add more to this and make it even more valuable. So this is something that if it doesn't make sense for you right now, you can aspire to joining this in the future. And we'll make sure that you know about new things that we're building for it. So Mark, I'm really excited about this. Trader X is going to it's an awesome evolution of Option Pit. It's really taking things to the next level, and I'm super excited about it. So thanks for walking through this today. And anything else you want to leave people with before we say goodbye?
I mean, I think Trader X is going to win a pity for the best new launch of 2026, the best new product at Option Pit for 2026. I think this one might end up winning a pity. Hannah, thanks for taking the time to walk everyone through this. Folks, thank you for spending some time with us. I had fun. I hope you had fun. I am Mark Sebastian. I am your only option. So for Hannah Selner, our amazing director of product development, we hope you have a great rest of your week and a wonderful X Shirt Thursday.
That's right. Thanks, guys, for being here. Get into Trader X. Give us a phone call. We'll see you later.
Later, everybody.